in this particular case, it's a little different. If you're not a patron, you really wouldn't understand if you're not a patron. So anyway, I have no time to explain it all to you. So Lasagna White wants me to do I'll never. Who's there? Bridget Stevens. Bridget Stevens who? I don't know if everybody got this, but I'm gonna see if some folks might have went to the 10 o'clock video so I can give them the link to this video right here. I shall check it out. Oh, okay. I see where people went. I see where you all went. Let me mute this and bring this over to them. All right. I wish the one person that was here that was in another video. Let me see. White privilege and inherent disparity in treatment between people in the same situation based on their skin color, perceived traits. You got to elaborate a little bit more on that for me, sir. Somebody, I mean, the person that was in the last video, I mean, got mad in a sub, which is, I mean, that's completely fine. But my thing is that if you tell me you have never felt treated different because of your skin color, I call you a liar. Wait, now see, what are we talking racism or prejudice, or are we talking this white privilege is what I'm talking about? I ain't we ain't talking about, I'm not talking about racism or like felt a prejudice or something. I mentioned the other day about being followed in the store. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this privilege. Like, for instance, people, y'all have to, you see, again, what I'm doing a lot of here too is basing this off of folks that I'm growing up around, the folks that I'm talking to currently right now that stay in these areas that I go and talk to. Can I hold my hands up for a minute? What? Well, no, I can't, because I seen, well, what you talking about right now, I've seen that happen with my own eyes. I seen the white dude get followed in the store for real. So, no, what I'm saying, it's the whole privilege thing, you know, like, for instance, like, now see, this is what I'm getting at, Kane. Check this out. Amongst, I mean, all of them were black who I was talking to at work. I'm trying to figure out, for instance, like, what I do, I don't tell people my background yet. I tell them what I'm at right now. And they just knew for a fact that where I am right now is because of white folks helped me along. I mean, man, you wouldn't believe it, man. So what it is that it's like, when I asked them, I say, what is it that you want to do? Oh, man, I want to be like an engineer, but I don't want to do all that math. Well, you don't want to be an engineer then. No, man, because they give us a different math than they give the white people. I mean, I'm just like, man, if y'all only knew the conversations that went on. But no, I've known the white guys that got followed. I had a friend named Joe Warden, who grew up around us. He would tell us this stuff all the time. Man, I went over there to go to Parks, man. That's the name of the store that was in close to our neighborhood. And he was like, man, that dude, that Chinese lady followed me every aisle I went to. She followed me, and he white. So I mean, I don't know if I would say that as being a privileged thing versus trying to be what you're going to call it, profiling or whatever like that, based on the looks and all that. But as far as the privilege go, like what they push in schools and amongst a lot of societies where we are is they try to push that the reason, I mean, guys, you have to really be there where I am to understand these things that they say to a lot of these kids and where I'm at, where they try to push on us, that they try to push out that the reason why we are struggling is because we don't have white privilege. And I'm like, dude, no. Here's the thing. With me, I don't care if somebody follows me around in the store. My wife would tell you, I'm one of those people, y'all know my personality. I turn right around and be like, ma'am, do you need some help? I'm like, you following me. I am married, so I don't want to call the police on you for stalking me. Like, oh no, I work here. Well, you still can work here and be a stalker. That don't mean nothing. I'm just saying you're following me, and I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. No, that's stuff that I do just to mess with the people, So I mean, double edge using the excuse isn't good, but denying it exists is also bad. It really is okay. No, what I'm saying, I deny that it exists as far as trying to get ahead. And I'm never going to tell the kids that I teach. I mean, you can disagree on this, but the kids that I'm going to teach, I'm never going to push that on them because I don't want that to be the thing that they try to look for. You know what I mean? I don't. I've dressed really nice and went into a store. I told y'all the other day, I dressed really nice, went into a store, didn't get followed. I had on jogging pants and a t-shirt, I got followed. Now, was that because I was black or was it because just the way that I was dressed? My friend Joe Warden, he the same exact way. Me and him both, we grew up together, still great friends. He wears jogging pants and t-shirts too. He went to the store, he got followed. So I mean, I think it's a thing where they know. I mean, like I said, I hate to say it, but it's like it's a profiling thing. But no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So my thing is, if it does exist, I just like to talk to the people that knows that it exists, and for a fact that it does. I want somebody to take me to the people that's of the white privilege coalition or whatever. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, see, I don't even know. That'd be that's stuff that I would like to talk about. That's stuff that I would like to know. Because Kane, I know, I forget what they call them. I ain't gonna say what they are. But there are some people in Aussie land that are blacker than I am. And I don't even know. It would just be really cool to even find out the racism that they see. That's one thing we don't even know. We didn't know that. I mean, till you just said, I wouldn't even have known that racism even existed in Australia. I think they call like I might be wrong in saying this, Kane, but I'm gonna jump. They like Aborigines, something like that, something of that sort. I think that's what they're called. But I don't know. I've never heard about that. That's something that I would like to know. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Okay, you said, okay, you put it there. But no, what I want to do though, like the guy that was just writing in here, he said 2 people can have the same income and apply for the same loan, and a white person get the loan, the black person. It's like, it's more to it than just that. They're going to look at your credit history. They're going to look at how long you've been at the job. I mean, it's all kind of factors that go into that because like I said, I got houses, but yet how come I got approved for them? And then there's some white friends that I know that didn't get approved. And we started school at the same time, whatever like that. They applied for a loan. I got it. They didn't. They're white. I'm not. So, I mean, What I'm saying that for is this. The whole purpose of me saying what I said during that talk, guys, is that should not be the excuse for them not pursuing the things that they want to do in life. Because I'm telling you, it's such a freaking subliminal subconscious thing has been placed in certain groups of people for so long that the minute somebody tell them, have y'all seen that movie, The Village? That's what I want to, okay. Have any of you guys seen the movie, The Village by M. Night Shyamalan? Have any of y'all seen that movie? No, see, the thing is that me not saying it from the start, the whole point of it is, if you would have listened to the whole message, you would have seen that that's pretty much what my point is being made. Because I said at the end of my video, don't let that be the reason why you not pursuing the things that you want to do. Because if you decide to do the right thing, I said that right people come along. But what happens a lot, which a lot of us are guilty of it, without hearing the message first, you hear bits and pieces of it. You already know because no, I don't agree. When you didn't hear the whole message yet. That's why, I mean, like I said, a lot of people are guilty of it. That's why it's like different things I like that says in the Bible, it says, be quick to hear and slow to speak. Don't, let me ask you this. Are there white hoods over there or whatever you call them, or they're predominantly black? Kane, they are predominantly black, but what we consider to be the hood is not just about black. It's like a certain type of living area. So what you might call like the ghettos or I'm not you, but what we call like the ghettos or the hood, it's just a certain type of living condition is what we call it. So it's not about no race of people that stand there. It's about how the area is. I'm talking about you can have a house and next door to your house can be a house that's completely just demolished and abandoned and everything. I mean, I'll show y'all some videos if I'll ride down the hood and all that and show y'all some videos of what I'm talking about. And Kane, you said, why are they predominantly black? That's a real good question. And I can tell, now see, this one I have, what you're saying right now is what I come out and say, what I'm doing right now when I go and talk amongst our black communities, because it's a continual generational thing of parents passing the same type of ideological type of way of living, whether they're doing it verbally or inverbally, to their children. And guess what? It's been happening for so many years. There is no encouragement of them mothers and father. I'm just being real. I mean, we passed 70% of fatherlessness. We passed 70%. 70% of all household amongst blacks are single mothers, which that's not the reason. That's not my whole cause of what I'm saying right now. But my point is that these young mothers, their mothers, nobody ever pushed them to go beyond. No, I'm just being real with you, being flat out real. What it is this. Hey, when you turn 18, you can use your grandma address and say you live over there, and then you can get food stamps, and then they also will give you this, and then if this happened, you can just, this stuff is just being done in a continuous cycle amongst a lot of, I'm just saying, I'm not saying it don't happen with whites, because I know people that other whites consider what whites consider to be on the level of blacks that's in like the hood of the ghettos is what they call trailer trash, which is crazy. I hate to say that, but that's what I know. A lot of white folks that I know that are middle class or upper class, they call people that stay in trailer homes, they call them trailer trash. So I'm like, well, what are the black people that stay there in the trailer homes? What are they called? They call them white. I mean, they literally say, I heard white folks call white people in trailer homes, they call them white trailer trash. But I'm like, what if it's black people staying there? And because they stay in the trailer, what makes it trash? So what I'm saying is that with that, what you're talking about, Kane, let me see. You said, so that's not a problem present in white families. Wouldn't you call that a form of privilege? Privilege being born to white families that no. That's what I was saying in the I think it's a video I did by Adam Calhoun. And I was saying how, I don't know if you've seen that video, Kane, it's called Racism. And I was saying whether you in the ghetto, the hood, the projects, or whether you're in the trailer homes, the mindset is still being passed along, whether they black or not. But you was asking me, why does it happen so much among the blacks? And I was just telling you this is what goes on there. It goes on with the whites too. The same type of ideological type of mentality that's been pressed onto the kids to, when this happened, no, don't you, get the food stamp, claim this address, claim that you live over here and all this and that. So, I mean, I've known the folks that claim a house that is completely abandoned, may have burned down, but they just left it like it is. They use that address as saying that's where they lived at. So it's crazy. But if Bob Moore's here, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Unless you actually are there and around this and you see this thing going on, you see it being pressed, it'd be hard for a lot of folks to understand. Okay, Bob, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. The fact that, I think your wife is a teacher. The fact that, we being real, a lot of kids come to school and they got this certain type of mentality or attitude behind them. You, Bob, you know, it's like I said, unless you live like around the Chicago area and you see this continuous cycle, like what they like to call is like a generational curse that's being done, it'll be hard to understand it because, man, like I said, if you want, hey, I'll get some video. I can give you some video of the picture. You can be like, dude, there was like this nice house, and right next to this house is the most. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But the thing is, it's found. It ain't that it doesn't happen. CW, yes, like, yeah. If you ever heard of Cabrini Green, I mean, dude. But the thing is that amongst it, it's like what I call like a crab-like mentality. If you trying to get out, all of a sudden you lame and you a buster and you know, you've been cooned or you've been like I was told today. I'm in the house of the plantation owner. What? I mean, I'm in the house of a plantation owner because I decided to go the right path, and because I don't come to the hood as often. I mean, the thing is, where I come from, I can go there anytime I want to. People respect me, you know, they know what I'm about. But you got some people that ain't even from the same area. They just might be my skin color, but because they have this thing, like somebody put in their mind that, oh, because I decided to go get my college degrees, period, and I've done something awesome. Oh man, yeah, yeah. Now, I mean, it's crazy. So it's like you can't win. You might face racism, and you do face racism from white, but then yet you face this type of prejudice from your own kind because you decide that you don't want to be like that. If I decide that I want to be on food stamps and off the welfare system and I go get a degree, and the minute it's like people attitudes completely change. Oh man, we can't talk to Ty no more, man. He didn't got his degree, man. He acting like he all that now. That's you came up with that. You perceive that I'm still the same dude. Well, I'm just saying because you know you act like you don't want to come around here no more. No, I don't. What you talking about? The whole purpose of getting out is so I don't come back. What you got my phone number. You can call me. We can go meet in Central Park, whatever you want to do. But what's my purpose of going back to the hood for? For what? For what? So, I mean, man, yeah, Bob. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what people don't understand. Guys, y'all don't understand is when it comes to like gangs and stuff, it's just like you being a parent and you putting your kid on what you feel to be the right way. Well, when it comes to the streets, most of the people that's raising children, black children, I'm just being real. Most of the people where I come from, most of the people that's raising black children, even some of the whites that grew around us, are the gang members. And most of the gang members are male. So those are your fathers. And they ain't telling you that what they're doing is wrong. And you have to know it. No, when you are a kid and a man hands you a backpack and say, come here, little man, you want to make $10? You be like, yeah. They'd be like, okay, well, put this backpack on. I want you to run 2 blocks that way, and we'll take the backpack off and put it in that garbage can that got a red lid on it. There's going to be another guy that's going to be there. He going to give you a backpack. You put that backpack on. You run it back to me. You bring it back to me. I'm going to give you $10. Now, to you, oh, my God, this is fun. The kid have no idea. He's sitting there making a drug run. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's these things, just like a lot of teachers, these things start early. And then, you see that most likely, the education system is failing you. And so what else are you going to have to turn to? Well, people say, well, you can go out, but you can go out and do this. You can go do this. They have all kinds of programs. But if nobody is telling you about them programs, how are you going to know those programs exist? I was on a full ride scholarship from doing track and all that. But my wife, because she worked in a financial aid office in the college where she graduated from, she was like, oh, Tyler, you still can get the Pell Grant, even though your scholarship is all fully paid for. You still can get the Pell Grant and the MAP grant. And I'm like, if my wife never would have told me, the school didn't come to me and say, hey, you can get the Pell Grant. They didn't tell me that. My wife told me that. So my point is that a lot of these things they're being implemented in young children at a young age. You ask young kids today what they want to be. Guess who? I'm just being real. Guess who a lot of young black children, guess who their fathers are? It's whoever it is that's in the mainstream media, like the rap and the hip hop or whoever the gangbangers are. And just think about this. If you got like a lot of people, music that a lot of young guys listen to, the hip hop and stuff like that. Yeah, Static. That you just took the words out of my mouth, Static. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Is that I got teased because it's like, dude, okay, you graduated your degree in physical therapy. Oh, so you're gonna come out making your $50,000 a year. We make that like in a month. But that's okay, bro. If you want to make your $50,000 a year, that's cool. We making our 50 G's a month, so If you understood, man, they're gonna probably shut. Man, I ain't gonna say too much because this YouTube thing will get shut down. I'll leave that for my book. Yes, that's what it is. You get taught this stuff from a young age. I'm telling you, it's like it's not even a question. You know what I mean? It's not even a question what you gonna do. You gonna grow up, they gonna, bruh, you gotta hustle. That's what they tell you. You ain't gonna make it out here unless you hustle. The school system failing you. You go to a public school where the teachers got their tenure and they can't fire them. The teacher don't care whether you learn. Teacher, guys, read chapter 1, and she sits back and she in her phone doing like this during the class. And then the kids, most likely, they're going home to a single parent, a young mother, and she didn't graduate high school, so she can't help the kid with the homework. And if they don't have their mom, they're going to have grandma there. And this is what I'm saying this for, because these are the individual people that I talk to. I'm talking to the mothers. I'm talking to the grandmothers. That's why I'm so passionate about this. So when people want to come at me and say, well, you just can't say that it doesn't, I'm not talking to you then. I'm talking to the ones that I'm having this personal conversation with right now, the ones that I'm trying to help get out of this system, trying to change the way that these young kids are taught to think. And they'll laugh, oh, bro, nuh-uh. It's easy for me just to make this run, and I make my 20 G's from this run I just did. This 20 G's is going to last me about a good month or two, and then I'll do another big run. I mean, they'd rather do that than actually go to school and do it the right way. And then to find out that you go in the corporate world and find out, man, criminals are in the corporate world too. Matter of fact, if you want to be real about some stuff, I'm not going to say no names, but let's just say this. There's people that I've been around that they have people in high places in their back pocket. Doctors are some of the biggest crackheads. Y'all would never know this. Doctors are some of the biggest crackheads out there. They might not be scratching doing that because they can inject themselves with something that can actually keep them from doing that. But some of the biggest people that some of the biggest people that was marketed to where I came from, they came to the hood to get their stuff, were lawyers, doctors, business owners. Yeah. So it's a lot deeper than what y'all. If you think you understand the drug world, you have no idea. 2-minute warning. But yeah, so anyway. Yeah, Bob, that's crazy. We heard that story a lot, dude. Linda, absolutely. I kid you not. Are like to some of my constituents. So what my constituents dealt with when I was a young kid, yeah, it was those. Most people think that the people that's buying the drugs wasn't like what they show in the movies. It wasn't nobody coming down there like in these cars making drug exchange. That's petty stuff right there. The main way to make money was to people that dealt with what we call corporate. They were doctors, they were lawyers, they were judges, they were business owners. Those are people that certain folks I know dealt to, period. So, and then guess what? Then those people, their judges, those lawyers, those doctors, they let their counterparts know and their siblings know, hey, if you want to get some real stuff, this is where you can go and get it. You got to go over there on 5th Street on the south side. Just tell them that you were Dr. Meningati and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then their children, and I mean, it's just like a whole, y'all have no idea, man. That's why it's easy to sit there and talk like a lot of people sit there and talk like they know what they're saying when they're on the outside looking in. But if you don't know how this industry is actually running, to me, that's why I say I just look at what you say, just like, oh, okay. Like, dude, that is not right because my dad is a cop and he said, yeah, no. So y'all have no idea, man. You don't think it's crazy that you can look up different stories about so many doctors getting caught up in the drug world or something like that. It's there. But anywho, nice discussion here, folks. Yeah, exactly, Atmail. If y'all are new in here and all the good stuff like that, maybe y'all gonna subscribe, whatever like that. Thumbs up because it'll let this video get circulated. Keep the thing going, whatever. But here's the link to the next video right here. I think here it is. Yes, CW, I am writing the book. But yeah, also Google image Okay, Kane. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that because it'll just be interesting to learn of it. Because I like to get behind the mind frame of how all this stuff is even done. So thanks for that. All right, guys, click that link. I'm about to go over there. I will see you guys in a bit. Monsi Anya Amir Bataya. Amir Bataya Sikeyamo.